Why y'all being ugly like that?
No good.
I got
Being
my
ugly.
LeBron.
Y'all are being ugly.
Four.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. I'm your host, IndyCar Tim, and of course, we are alongside two great PGA pros who never take a gimme, John Gerber and Chris Bussell. Hello, boys.
Hello,
buddy.
Tim. I don't know if I'd ever take a gimme. I'd take a gimme if somebody gave me a putt. I'd take it.
You know,
What
my
if it was a 60?
well,
I'm taking it.
No, you know my theory. I mark it till I hear something.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know,
But I'm saying if somebody gives it, I always felt like if I was going to give a putt to somebody, I knew they were going to make it. That's why I didn't need to see them putt it.
Huh?
I'm
what
just-
would
it
be the
depends. It
distance?
depends. No, see, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to play
different.
fast. I just want to get done.
It's different. The distance, it could be 6 feet.
What
If I
would
just know they're
if
going
we're
to make
playing
it,
together, what's the distance that you're going to give me a gimme? Like 30 feet?
I would say like
Like you're assuming you hit
a
a green
foot.
before, and
I'd say
Well, I didn't say what stroke it was.
I might give it to you on their way because
All
you're
right.
like at 10, and you
All
just
right.
just pick it up,
If
dog.
I'm 40 yards from the front of the green, you're going to give that's a gimme, right?
Well, it just depends on how many times it took you to
Well,
hit
it's
it.
shot 8.
Just let's move on.
Just give me a 10.
early on.
Move
Maybe
on.
I give it to him early in the round, so he didn't have to. He didn't have to putt it,
Just-
and then later on,
let's
make him
move on.
I
Test
see
it.
how it is.
Mhm.
We are live from the Highlands Performance Golf Center in Carrollton, Texas, North Dallas's premier golf practice facility. With right now all the hitting mats
Mhm.
out because it's
We got so much rain.
rain, it's wet.
Yes, rain, wet, kind of chilly. It was 80 degrees. We're going to the pool last week in Dallas.
Oh,
and
now
we're-
it's in the 50s.
Yeah.
Jim just put that FootJoy toboggan on, and I was like,
I did.
"Oh, it's cold enough. It's cold enough." You hit balls, and you were sweating out there.
It's humid, man.
I'd be
It's
the
really
same way.
humid.
In fairness, I would be the same way.
I hit a small bucket and then whatever you get, like a medium bucket that you gave me.
I got 3 layers on, and I'm freezing.
What?
I'm freezing.
You're from
He's a South
Ohio.
Florida boy. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, but he
but
doesn't claim.
kinda.
He doesn't really claim Ohio.
No.
That's so sad.
Well, I mean, there are parts I like.
Thank you to the Highlands Performance Golf Center for this back and forth banter right now about the weather. Yeah, check them out on the web, highlandspgc.com, 972-733-4111.
Oh, he's been waiting to do that all week.
How many times y'all do that last week when I wasn't here?
All
I
of
just
it.
said you just know that just
All
gets,
of it.
gets me.
Johnny loves that. That's
Yeah,
his new
welcome
favorite
back.
drop.
We're happy to have you
Well, I
back.
appreciate it. I heard all the dog shit comments y'all said last week. All the fans are better because I wasn't there, and
Oh, yeah, we had all the viewers.
yeah,
It was a Gerb-free show.
yeah. Well, they're the best, I guess. They're the best.
But we've got all the golf for you this weekend for this show, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Wells Fargo, and Rory finally gets his win.
Mhm.
And, of course, the local Byron Nelson coming up this weekend.
Yes, big week here for the DFW area for sure. New golf course too for the DFW
Yeah.
area that we'll discuss.
And you guys have played, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get your opinions on that.
I've never
we
played
know
there.
Oh, you haven't?
I know.
Really?
No, I played there a
haven't.
few times. Yeah, it's it's we'll get back to it, but it's
Yeah.
interesting. I think that I think they're just gonna chew it up. We'll talk about that in a little bit, especially with the soft conditions. It's a long ballpark, but all those guys hit it far enough, man. They're throwing darts out there.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you guys, get your opinions of being the first time they're there, like kind of how it's going to play for them, whether it's going to be a walk in the park or.
Well, they've had events there before. They've had the web, the Corn Ferry Tour. Now they've had events, and they had the Corn Ferry Tour Championship. So they've had some some pretty big.
A lot of those guys have played.
But
there.
yeah, a lot of the guys, and especially a lot of the Texas Dallas guys, man. So it's they had the technology is so good. You got lasers and everything. They'll do their due diligence in terms of figuring out yardages and see ball, hit ball for most of those guys. And I think it's with the soft conditions. I don't think they're gonna have many problems.
No, I think it's going to be a birdie fest for sure.
Could I make a birdie on that course on any of the holes?
Yes.
Johnny, you saw me hitting the ball.
Yes, I think he's good.
You saw me hitting the 7. You saw me hitting my wedge, right?
A net birdie?
No, come on, no shots. Gross.
No,
birdie.
just a birdie. Could I make a birdie on any of the holes on that course?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, come on.
No.
What? Why?
I mean a birdie.
a birdie. A guy played high school golf.
What about
it's not-
par? Can we start with
Played high school
par
golf.
first? Can we start with
Oh,
par?
Oh, I
first?
know I could make a par. Just give me any hole on that course, I can make a par.
Par's not 10. You know that, right?
I mean,
Wait,
high
what
school
is it?
golf. I mean, he's not shooting. What do you
I
think he's
played high
shooting in
school
high school
golf.
golf?
91.
I scored
91.
You
I
can make a
scored-
birdie playing.
Hickory shafts in 91.
I scored 4 touchdowns in one tournament once.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I'm not a hack.
But
There was a time.
yeah, if you asked me a question, I said no.
Okay.
Wow.
That wasn't the answer I was looking for.
I'd be confident in one.
I don't know what the hell a gap wedge is.
Yeah,
That might have something to do with it.
It might
Have something to do with it.
it might.
So, boys, the Wells Fargo, Rory McIlroy made it a little more difficult than he should have on Mother's Day. But his first championship in almost 2 years.
A long time for him.
But he's pretty familiar with Quail Hollow.
Yes,
His third
very much.
win
We
there.
talked about that last week.
We did.
About having the repeat guys
did.
that are familiar with that place. You don't see many new people
Yeah.
who win there.
Well, it's got a lot of quirks, right? I mean, it's one of those golf courses that obviously it's holds some major championships, so it's a quality golf course, and they can make it as hard as they want. You can see with the last 3 holes with the green, with the John Coffey, as I call it, the Green Mile,
Green Mile.
yeah. So they really they can make that place with the rough, and you saw some carnage the first 2 days when it got a little bit windy, and how hard. I mean, I think they said on the first day when it was super windy. 18th hole was playing 500 yards or something, and half the field couldn't get there.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity there for it to play as hard as they want. But again, Rory going through a lot of things. He's going through a little bit of a swing change, family change, having a baby. There's just a lot of things that he had. Was golf his number one priority? I mean, you look at a guy that's so ultra talented. Especially driving the golf ball, it was just a matter of time till he got his things in order and his thoughts in order and family life in order. And it was just a matter of time. And it was, I always say when we talk about the gambling aspect, we always talk about horses for courses, and it's just a golf course that he's always played well there, and he plays there every year. And just because he hasn't won every year, but he always plays well. So
yeah, it's one that you can get you can be aggressive off the tee, but you see some of the lines those guys were taking.
Yeah.
You see some of the shot tracers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to do. Somebody who's new isn't going to feel as comfortable as taking.
By the
those
way,
lines.
my number one favorite new technology was not new. Watching golf on TV is the tracer.
top tracer.
The top tracer.
it's been around for a long time.
It has.
You just now getting into it.
Well, they
getting
use it
into
more. They use it more now than they ever have before.
They have, and it's nice to show. Higher or amateurs, we'll say, or higher handicap guys. They'd be surprised, I think, how much the ball moves.
Yeah.
I mean, they think you're hitting
It is
straight shots.
crazy.
It's moving. It's moving a lot.
It's crazy to see those tracers, especially when they're drawn and fading, intentionally. And it's just, I don't know, to me, it changes watching golf on TV.
Yes,
That's why they're on TV. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Remember that old marketing they had for the PGA? These guys are good.
Yeah.
And I remember, I don't know who the player was. I think this was back in the 90s. He's out in a grocery store parking lot. He's got his the shopping cart, and he's like,
oh,
and you see him push the cart, and you just see it rolling through the parking lot, and then it goes right into where the thing is, and they're like, these guys are good.
Yes.
Dude, it was good.
I think
you might have made that shit up.
I'm not that much older than you guys.
You made
now.
that
Come
shit
on.
up. Well, I've never seen that. I know more
that
about
sounds
golf.
familiar to me.
You know more about golf than I've forgotten.
The only thing I was
that's
concerned.
That's not how it is.
I was excited to see him finish. I was concerned on Sunday because there have been several times where he's gone 3 straight days with the lead, and then he just doesn't close on Sunday. But he putted it really well. Did you watch?
Yeah, he was putting really well.
I mean, he did hit some squirrely ones.
Yeah,
he put himself in bad spots, but he was able to.
Well, my second, I think I finished second like 1,800 times this year, and I had Answer last week. He finished second, and it was an opportunity that Answer was won. He's going to win. That guy, I didn't pick him this week, but he's been right there. We second, third, the last tournaments he's played. So
maybe it was good for Rory. He didn't hold the 54-hole lead.
No, that's what I mean.
That was Keith Mitchell.
Yes, that's what I mean. He's had times where he's had the 54 lead and then he stumbles, and then he came back, from behind this week, which is hard.
Victor Hovland made his best effort on Sunday, came up a little bit short, and he was one of my picks.
Yeah,
remember,
he did have that last.
By the way,
week.
we came up with a new motto for you last week.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What?
Don't make picks. Make bets.
Make bets because you had your little.
Because you can pick them.
You had your little bet.
Yeah, you had your little issue.
What?
Where you had your guys and you didn't get the bets.
And you didn't get the bets first.
So don't make picks.
Don't make picks.
Make
he's
bets.
listening, so don't let him beat me up tonight, man. Just he's gonna watch this and get all fired up, and he's hit me one time in his life, and I don't want to have it again.
I wouldn't think so.
Wow, just once?
Yeah, but I'm pretty passive though.
Yeah, we need you to call in right now and tell that story on the air. Abraham Answer was low man on Sunday with a 566, and he was one of your picks, Johnny.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, again. There again.
So close.
He birdied 3 of his last 4 holes.
It was really tough to do on that golf course coming
Brutal.
down the stretch.
18 was playing hard.
Really hard. Well, you saw where
Rory
hit
had
it.
issues with 18.
You saw where he hit it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like he could. I mean, easily made 6 right there. We
Right.
seen the play.
Looking at in terms of the golf, his old, in pressure, he's working on getting a little bit on top of his golf swing, get the club a little bit in front, so he doesn't have a lot of face rotation. And when you're working on things like that, when it comes to pressure, you saw the last 3 holes. His old golf swing came back into him, so where he got a little bit underneath flipped his hands and arms, and that's why he did that on 17 too. But he aimed right over the bunker and he slung that thing in there. But that old golf swing came into play, and maybe he needs a couple more weeks to feel a little bit more comfortable. But you can tell that was kind of his deal that he was working on to get the club a little bit more in front of him. His right shoulder kind of gets out a little bit, so he doesn't have a lot of face rotation, so he can hit a lot of straighter shots. Rory's a little wee guy, right? But he got a lot of his leverage for us. He got a little underneath the plane, he had a lot of face rotation, and created a lot of speed at the bottom. But that would cause him to hit a lot of hooks. If you see at the Masters, all of his things when he had leads, all his misses, he would hit big snap hooks because he would get a little underneath the plane, flip his hands and arms, and that was cause of the problem. You can hit it a long way that way, but you can certainly hit it you can hit it sideways too. Right. So he's been really working on getting the club a little bit more out in front of him. But when you're under that pressure, that old golf swing comes into play.
Easy to revert back.
It really is. His only thing was, he putted as good as he putted, in a long time to win that golf tournament.
And he was putting, just amazingly.
Yeah,
I went back and I watched on YouTube his highlights. Yeah, and dude, without some of those putts, he's not even. He's notorious for missing, 1 or 2 or 3 5-footers.
Yeah,
he didn't miss one.
Nope.
So is it definitively that he hit the ball? He kept it in front of him, but he putted it.
And he made everything outside of 6 feet.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
So usually if he does what his normal deal is and miss 2 or 3 of those, he loses the golf tournament. So
now you guys saw that you guys saw Bryson was in the news again this week due to his distance, but not his distance in hitting the ball, but it was because of his distance from the actual tournament, because he shot a 74 on Friday, hopped on a jet back to Texas because he thought he was going to miss the cut.
Yep.
Realized he just made the cut and had to catch an early flight on Saturday back to North Carolina. Got back to the golf course 30 minutes before his tee time.
Oh, I didn't even know
on
that.
Saturday.
Yeah. I mean,
as much as I always kind of dog the guy a little bit, good for him, because the easiest thing for him to do was, he's at the bottom of the field. Easiest thing for him to do was, hey, I don't want to go back and travel. But good for him to do that, and it came to his rewards, right? So he played good on the
on Saturday,
and he shot like 68 on Sunday.
Ninth.
Yeah. So
let me ask
you go from 65th to 9th. And on the weekend, it's not about the money at that point, but it's about the points. Yeah. For him.
Let me ask you a dumb question. So if he withdrew from the event after making the cut, did they go to the next person?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed the cut. You miss.
No.
You don't get
I was thinking
in.
that. Well, no, I was just thinking that there might be several people tied at whatever the cut line was, but there's not a definitive. But the number is always like 72 in ties, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if somebody drops out of that after making it, do they fill it with? Okay. No, not at all. Even if there was one guy, we'll say the cut line was at +2, and there was one person at +3. That person wouldn't go up there.
That would be too much, because if you can't just say one person, what if you have 5 other people?
No, you wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
So it's always 60 and ties, 65 and ties, 60 and ties, and then hey, listen, if you're sick the next day or 2 people get sick, now you got 58 guys in the field, right? But the 60 guys, they still make their money, last check money. So you made the cuts, you're making the money. You can't dictate if you're sick or just that was a weird. But here's what I like to say. We'll say, as much as he's not really my cup of tea. Good for him to come back, because the easiest thing for him to do was like, hey man, I'm
1,500 miles.
I'm gonna shut it down. So good for him. I'll give him a little check on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not even just good that he showed back up, but good that he shot a 68. And, like you said, it's a big jump in the points for him.
And maybe that's just good karma, right?
Yeah,
maybe it's good karma. He made for one time, he made a really good decision to do something right, and came back and it worked out for him.
So, Johnny, let's take a look at your picks from the weekend. We've got a graphic on the screen for everybody watching on YouTube, Facebook, and the Twitter. And these were your picks. Let's see. Of course, you had Zalatoris, Answer, and Harmon for the win. Doc Redmond, the ham sandwich.
That was questionable ham sandwich. I mean, we're talking ham or roast beef.
Wow,
I felt like Doc Redmond was just roast beef.
That could have been a $5 foot long. I don't know. I mean, there was a lot there. Bologna sandwich.
There was a lot there.
It was a lot. But
that was a stretch, but he was 100-1.
But that's why he was a ham sandwich, right? You just don't know. But you guys made fun of me last year when I had 2 big ham sandwich picks and I won them. One with Brandon Steele, like 200-1 . And you're like, have we mentioned Brandon Steele? Like, I've never heard of Brandon Steele.
I'm not allowed to play the drop.
No, not tonight.
It is what it is.
And by the way, I'm surprised we were allowed to be back here, to be honest with you.
I never thought we'd be back here again.
Did we catch somebody doing something upper management that we caught them on that allows us back? Or I mean,
we were fine. Now I'm a little concerned. Now for the big show, Colby is here tonight, so I'm a little concerned. He was virtual
live in person
the first time, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, I just get. You want me signed tonight to resignation?
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah,
it might
maybe
be.
So. Yeah.
I'll get ahead of it.
Yeah, because it all goes on you.
Yeah, it does for
Where
sure.
did Zalatoris finish?
He was a little MC Hammer this week too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He was. Okay.
The only cut he's ever missed as a pro career is the time I picked him at. My theory with him, listen, he's played that golf course a million times. He went to Wake Forest. So it looked like a hometown deal. Maybe he got a little bit tired because he just got engaged and maybe his priorities were not really where it was. But, sometimes I thought he was good. I think he would be a good pick this week to win. He's due to win, right? I mean, guys due to win. If there was a spot for him to win, coming off some really good momentum, took a week off after the Masters, but coming off some good momentum in a place that he's very familiar with, I just thought that was a good spot.
So coming up here, I've got some hypotheticals for you guys. What's most likely to happen this year? I've got 4 options for you guys, and Zalatoris
we can't go
might be in this argument.
Well, you don't want to go through the other 2 picks. You only talk about bad ones.
I said coming up in a few minutes. Right. It's called a tease.
He's facing himself.
It's called a tease. So it's funny, because we talked about Gerb's picks before we came on the air, and all of them, but 2 missed the cut.
Yeah, well, I had second place again.
Yeah,
Abraham answered second place. Bus, how many times?
I know.
This is amazing.
We had a good discussion last week about how
actually did.
It's so much harder now to pick the winners. Like back in even omitting Tiger, but in his era, it was either him or 3 other people. Yeah. And that was it. That was going to win. So it's just so hard to
it's hard, man.
Second place is great.
And that's why I've kind of put some other picks, the top 10s and top 20s to kind of head some things that the things that I like. But listen, I was looking really sharp with Brian Harmon the first couple days.
They had a lot of coverage on him.
Yeah, and he finished T18th. I don't know what happened. Happened with that. He hit a couple of squirrely shots and he made a couple double bogeys. I think he double bogeyed 18 the last 2 of the 4 rounds. Right. So
easy to do. When he's on the wrong side of the ball too. That's tough to play.
Yeah,
he's tough to play on that side.
He's a crossbow. Yeah. He's a crossbow for sure.
And that messes me up watching guys hit left.
So listen, like I said, I always say I'm close. And the week before last when I wasn't here, we made a little bit of money with a top 10 pick on somebody last week. We hedged it a little bit. Last week we were no good last week, no money last week. But
we got some Kentucky Derby money, but then the horse tested for steroids.
That doesn't matter on the bets.
I was wondering how that worked.
No.
Once they pay it, it's out.
You can't. I mean, how are you gonna get all the people that bet?
It came out a couple days after the fact.
How are you gonna get all the people that paid ticket in the window to get? Hey, come back.
No, that didn't happen. I
come back, Shane. Yeah. That ain't happening.
Shane died.
Yeah. So no, that was good. That me and the guy you talked about earlier didn't put my bets in. That we just won't talk about him. He got it in this week. And we'll win. He actually did me a favor last week, and he made me know it via text. He's like, "Yeah, you're welcome." So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, first time ever it worked out in our favor. So I feel good about the picks this week. Listen, we'll talk about after that of what will after this, what will likely happen this year. But I like the picks this week, and I think I like the way I'm trending right now.
So before we get into the AT&T coming up here locally, by the way, if we hadn't mentioned that, our backyard tournament, as opposed to the tournament that's across the street, which would be the Colonial, because backyard's closed, across the street's a little bit farther.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
Get it? Is that a Texas thing?
Another one, yeah.
No, it's a Tim thing.
Oh, okay.
I just made it up on the flyer.
That's
right
pretty good.
Yes.
I would like to ask you guys, as PGA Tour professionals, which one of these 4 things are most likely to happen this PGA Tour year?
Okay.
All right. Number one.
Write them down because he did not put it on the sheet.
Do we need to go in order? Should it be in order or just
number one? Because you have to tell me which one y'all think is most likely.
Okay.
Number 1, Colin Morikawa defends PGA championship.
No chance.
Well, you know what? Can we just read it all four? Aren't you just so happy that he's back? I mean, did we just not miss him so much last week? Can he just read all 4 of them and then go through it? Like the kid in school, the teacher's like, okay, it's one of these 4 and they're multiple choice. And it's like, D of the above before she even reads number 2.
Aren't y'all happy the bathroom's right here? I don't have to
because
walk.
What if I said 2, 3, and 4 are winning a major?
Oh, man. All right. I'm ready for number 2.
All right, number 2.
Ready for 2.
Will Zalatoris.
I didn't say a thing on that one.
I know.
Will Zalatoris wins a major.
Okay.
Number 3. Bryson DeChambeau reaches world number 1. Number 4. Tony Finau gets a win. Which of these 4 things in your PGA Pro brains is most likely to happen?
Okay, you go first.
Oh, you let me talk now?
You can go first.
I'm allowed to go now? I mean, I can.
Go first. That's fine.
Are you sure?
Well, yeah, but I wanted to get the guy who lists.
Well, I didn't know we were going through everything. You know, my brain goes different. I can't write real well. So,
I don't know what the hell a wedge is.
Sir, is it okay if I go now? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's
Thank
fine.
you, sir. May I have another?
Number 1 is Finau is going to get a win. That's one for me.
You think that's the most likely?
Yes.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah.
Do you want to comment on the other 3? Maybe since you're not going with the other 3, you could say why you're not going with the other 3. You were so adamant about Colin not defending the PGA.
I thought he was going to get better after that. Like I thought there was going to get something. Colin Morikawa, PGA, they're completely different golf courses. First off, I mean, you're going from where he's used to playing in Northern California to a place in Kiowa that's just like polar opposite where they're playing this next week at the PGA, right? So that doesn't. I think that's 4th likely. No, I think that's 3rd likely because Bryson to get to number 1 is going to be a collective long body of work through the year, right? So it's going to take a little bit longer for him to do.
Okay.
So, the only reason I'm saying Colin could be, I think Zalatoris has an opportunity to win a major this year before Bryson gets to number 1. But obviously with the PGA next week, there's just a quicker opportunity. So that could be more likely too, just because it's faster. Zalatoris to win a major before Bryson falls over and gets to number 1, yeah, maybe. But
all right.
I like Finau, Zalatoris, Finau, Morikawa, Zalatoris, DeChambeau.
4, 1, 2, 3 for you.
4, 1.
4, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, check.
And this pains me because you know how much I hate to agree with him. I hate it.
Oh, what? Me. You agree?
Well, come on. Most of the time I got to fight you on everything.
I did something right.
Most of the time.
I did something right.
Most of the time he thinks he knows, but he doesn't. And I have to help him. But in this case, I agree with him on number 4.
Oh, you even wrote that down.
No, 4, that's your order. 4, 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah. That was you, yeah.
Okay, well, I think 4 would be my number 1. I think Tony gets a win before all 3 of those.
Well, you just agreed me it was 4, 1, 2, 3. So why are you backtracking now?
I'm sorry, not the order. I just mean number 1. The question is, what is most likely to happen? Well, so the answer is 4, that Tony gets a win.
But he said in order.
We're all drunk.
Okay, so my order, I would go 4, 1. I would have Colin up there before the Will's major and Bryson's 1, and then it's okay. So I would just do that. I'd go 4, 1, 3.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Well,
you're
I can't agree with him 100%.
Of course, you're going to disagree. You're going to disagree just to disagree.
Well, because I was thinking it would be for Will to win a major. Well, 1, he only has 3 opportunities left, right? Well, I mean, that's not 4. I mean, it's not. We asked the question before the Masters,
but Bryson's 8th in the world. Like it's going to take a longer time to accumulate those points through the year to get to number 1. I think.
Well, I don't know. Think about this. 1 win on the tour, we know how much that can vault you FedEx Cup point wise. That you can move a lot of places. You can go from 8 to 2 pretty instantly, right? So, I still think that
Zalatoris only has to play good 1 week in a major. Bryson has to play good
but
for 5 or 6 months to get to number 1 in the world. That's like he's like 9th or 10th.
Play
glad
good.
I asked this question.
What is play good? Top 10? The top 10 count?
Well, no, but if he's in the top 10, he's not going to jump to number 1 in the world.
No, I'm saying you got to win, and then you get like 3 top 10s.
I'm not sure
enough to move. We have to look up the math on how they figure world golf rankings.
They said there was no math in this job.
Well, hey, they're wrong.
You just did that. You did the list just to disagree with me, so I'm good with it. I'm fine. We're going with 4, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so I think I would be hard to find somebody that disagree with the 4. I don't know how you put anything above Tony. Don't you think? I mean, I think Tony has to get a win this year. I
would think 4 and 2 would be your number 1 picks for the most likely.
4 and 2.
Yeah, I agree with Johnny's point on why Colin it's gonna be hard for him to defend because the golf courses are so different. Sure. The grass is different.
Sure.
The wind blows crazy down there. I mean, California. I mean, I don't know. They have wind there. I mean, it's like 72 and sunny every day.
If you're on the coast,
a little bit.
A lot of wind on the coast.
A little breezy. Not as much as Kiowa has.
Kiowa's impossible.
That's true. Yeah. So now you know why I posed that question.
I love it.
So we could argue, or
absolutely.
All right, there we go.
That's why we're there.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. Wait, we have that. We have that.
That's a good. That's actually a good question.
Right there.
That one's actually pretty good.
Absolutely.
There we go. Or you can do that.
Big red.
That's the next segment. Where's he at?
He's at his mom's, who has no internet apparently because she's 104 years old.
Oh.
When I'm 104, I hope I have internet.
I'm not making it to one.
That wasn't real nice.
I'm telling
you
right now.
104.
I'm not making it.
When I'm 104, I hope I have internet.
I don't want to be 104. You want to be 104?
Yes, I want to be 104 tomorrow.
Really?
Oh, look at all the crap you can do when you're old. You have all the excuses to be stupid.
Well, okay, but 104?
Yeah, why not?
I don't know. I just feel like you're just. I mean,
my quality of life is going to be. I'm going to be playing golf
at 104.
I'm going to be sitting in hot tubs with 60-year-olds.
Hot tubs?
With 60-year-olds.
You gonna move to the villages?
I'm
moving to Boca.
Yeah. The villages.
Boca.
You and Nancy Lopez are gonna play golf at the villages.
You know what? I would play golf with Nancy Lopez anytime she asks.
This is a family show. Next segment, please.
You brought up Nancy Lopez.
Next segment. Next
Sir.
segment.
So the AT&T Byron Nelson, a brand new tournament that no one has ever played in before.
Well,
at Craig Ranch.
At Craig Ranch. In McKinney.
In
Texas.
McKinney.
Let's make sure to put that because if we put Dallas, someone's going to tweet it.
Yeah,
that's not Dallas. Just like when the Cowboys play, it's not Dallas, it's Arlington. We're in Arlington.
It hasn't been Dallas since 1971.
That's right.
They get a little sensitive about their little wee cities around here, these little suburbs. Boy, I tell you, Texas people.
Before we start, in the preview, do we know the superintendent at CBC?
Yes, we do.
Do you have any involvement in the
Jim
Osborne?
Osborne.
He doesn't have any involvement in the setup.
No,
right?
not
because
the setup.
the PGA
he just helped.
that, right?
Sure, but I was he helped. He's going to mow, right? He's going to work with.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They
Is he
get all
just
the
out of work
volunteers.
for 3 months, or was
No, he's doing all the course conditions itself.
Yeah.
But the tour will set up the golf course
Right.
itself. He has nothing to do with the setup. The tournament director sets up,
Sure.
the golf course and the PGA Tour. Right. But he will take care of all the maintenance, obviously, and he has a whole crew. They ask for volunteers for PGA members and PGA to volunteer to do the bunkers and things like that. So, yeah, he's got a great staff. Listen, Jim is a first class guy. I didn't really reach out to him this week to come on the show. I knew he's busy, but he's a northern guy. Jim's a first class guy. He knows he's very, very sharp. He wouldn't have that job if he didn't.
Right.
And this is going to be something, in my opinion, he's so good that I pulled him into something. I'm not saying TPC Craig Ranch is something that's, underneath him, but you get a job like that, and he's young. Jim's 40. Yeah. And so you get
a child, according to my.
You get something like that.
107.
They're going to pay attention.
104.
And if you listen to some of the press conferences this week, all the players are like, the golf course is awesome shape. Like it. So when you hear a tour player say that and people pay attention, good for him. I don't know for a fact. This would be in my opinion. I think they're only having the Byron Nelson there for the next 2 or 3 years of contract, and then they're going to move it to PGA Frisco. The reason I think they're going to do that is because they want a little bit of test run before they get the PGA Championship in 2028.
Sure.
So they need a little test run, and it wouldn't surprise me, Jim, once you come over here and be the super.
That'd be great.
And listen, I don't know, but it only makes sense, right? I mean, it only makes sense to do something like that. You got a guy.
he knows the climate. He knows,
And the guy, he's from Iowa, and Jim's a good player, man. And he's just a golf guy.
Nothing wrong with Iowa.
And
my sainted mother was born in Iowa.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Iowa.
Did we go to what is most likely to happen this year? Did we do that already?
I don't know. Did we? Let me rewind.
No, but hats off to him and his staff because when we had the winter storm here that made it tough on a lot of these places. I mean, a lot of these places have dead grass.
And
everywhere.
I'm super happy for him. Super proud of him, man. He's come over here to help this facility, a bunch and give us a little bit of tutelage and he didn't ask for anything. Hey, he just did it for just a friendship, and hey, man, thank you. And listen, hats off to him. Congratulations to him, and I hope he's going to have a great week.
So TBC Craig Ranch, a Tom Weiskopf layout.
Love Tom Weiskopf. He's a Buckeye.
Par 72, 7,438 yards.
Again,
known for plenty of bunkers and small greens.
Yeah, well, that's going to play long. It's wet. It's going to be soft. I mean, it helps scoring wise, but it's still going to be longer off the tee.
Yeah,
small greens though. That's another thing where we talked about locations last week. When you see 4s and 5s on the, I mean, that's there's no room to miss there.
Yeah.
So,
and it's going to be a little bit of a dartboard, so that's going to help. Hopefully, it dries out a little bit for them. But they say, Boss, you played in enough events. They 74-38. They'll play it the first 2 days because it's soft at about 7,000 yards. And so they'll move some tees up. Just they want optimal yardage with it running out at 74-38.
Right.
So they'll adjust.
Right.
I mean, the first couple of days it'll play about 7,000 yards, and you'll see a 62-63. And it's fun to watch. And then they'll stretch out a little bit when the conditions get firmer. But when they look at these conditions as 74-38. The tour will set it up just through my experiences. They said, okay, in optimal conditions when we're getting 30 yards a roll, this is the length we want it.
Right.
And then they adjust and they'll drop it back. But hey, listen, here's a great part about having the TPC grants for a little bit for a couple of reasons is the infrastructure over there at McKinney. You got plenty of hotels, you got plenty of restaurants. The guys coming there are going to like the golf course. There's plenty to do. You had them down at Trinity Forest the last few years, and these guys were just dog cussing the place. Yeah. The field is a little bit better this year just because next week at PGA, guys want to get some reps in. So that's pretty cool. But if they continue to have it and they have the golf course is great. I don't think next year is PGA in between Colonial again, or are they moving it? I don't really know the schedule, how they're doing it. But this will certainly help the event getting the week before the PGA. But it's, I don't really I always thought it was cool that you go Byron Nelson Colonial.
Yeah,
right?
why is that? Why did they make that change?
Because of COVID and
because they moved the PGA earlier. The PGA used to be in August.
Yeah, so they moved
right. But I mean,
so they'll adjust, right? And I always thought it was cool. I always thought it was cool that you had the California swing, you had the Florida swing, and the Texas swing, right?
Right.
So if you get it back, and I get it from spotting and sponsorships, but I always thought was, you had the Rao Honda players, or California first, and you came here. You got you had San Antonio, you had Dallas, and you had Fort Worth. That was cool, man, and it made it super easy. Yeah, for the players, right? And it was always cool, and a little bit also too is you're playing in some of the similar grass conditions, right? It made it really cool, and it was always funny to me that all the guys in California would play good in 3 weeks, and they come to Florida and they can't play Bermuda.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was always cool. So for a handicapping standpoint, it was a little easier to gamble on because I always figured it out where, hey, who could play in Bermuda and who played on Powell and who played on Bentwell and things like that. So, I always thought that was cool, man. And, obviously with the scheduling, sometimes you can't do it. And also, I don't think these guys give a shit, man. They got jets, and
it's not like it was in the 70s and the 80s.
They're not driving in the 78 Buicks and,
yeah, that's right.
Just slamming chunks. But
yeah, the weather's going to be a little bit cooler this week. There's only maybe one day that's going to rain. It might be on Sunday. Yeah. We haven't talked about maybe taking Tim over. Would you want to go over there?
Can we get it? But
to the Nelson?
We can't even get in for PGA.
No, I know. They changed the rules this year. We can't even get it. I was just thinking we know enough people we could see if we could get something.
Oh, I told you on the show last week that I would love to go. Yeah.
I know.
I used to go all the time in the 90s when it was in Irving. I used to go all the time. I've never been to Colonial, but I used to go to the Nelson all the time.
I don't want to walk around though. Would they let me take a golf cart or anything?
We can't get in. You got a blue flag.
Why can't I get in? I can't pay for a ticket.
They're sold out.
Oh, they're already sold out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're sold out.
But no, to answer your question, yeah, I would love to.
Well, we'll find something.
I'd sneak a 7-iron in my body somewhere.
That's one of the reasons why we didn't do them.
And I'd be hitting golf.
How about we get a computer and we go out and put in the parking lot and sit in in the truck and put it on and act
Do a
like we're
show?
there. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Do a show.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'll get a fake banner that says like Fox Sports or something. And
Yeah.
people will be coming up to us.
We
camera there, bud. Don't worry about us.
That's all right. Don't worry.
We're all good.
Okay, so what made to measure for Matthew Fitzpatrick? I want to know what.
Yeah, what is
what
this?
does that mean?
The course.
Yeah.
It's made for his game.
Oh,
Why do you say that?
Accuracy. It's all about accuracy. He's an incredibly accurate player.
Where is Matthew Fitzpatrick from?
where did you throw the lawn dart from to get?
Where
his
is
name
Matthew
down there?
Fitzpatrick?
How are they vanilla to watch though? They're just watch. What do you want to?
Okay. Well,
Do you want me to make
Well, they all
controversial?
can't-
I'll give you some controversial players to watch next week.
who's that? John Daly?
What?
Could you
Well,
pick
yeah,
John
it's gonna
Daly?
be John Daly.
Of course it is.
Max Homa,
Weirdo.
John Daly,
Weirdo.
Lee Trevino.
He's from Spain.
He's not from Spain. He's from Dallas.
Okay.
By the way, I know his granddaughter and grandson.
Oh, really?
I do, actually.
Okay.
And they I'll tell y'all some stories off the air because I don't want to throw Lee Trevino. under
No,
the bus.
he's one. In my opinion, he is one of the best players ever for the game.
Yeah, you
that
never
might be
wanted
true,
to
but he's
take-
not one of the best grandparents in the
Well,
history of the game.
Well,
you
we're
know,
talking about
that's
well,
not. That's hey.
That's all I'm saying.
That's a guy that I don't think I would feel confident betting against.
Lee
So,
Trevino?
yeah, if Lee Trevino is coming up to me and saying, "Hey, if we're gonna let's do 10, 10, 20 front back total, and we're gonna do 2 down autos, and I will give you this is Lee Trevino, like I don't care if it was in his prime or
80s
right now,
Lee Trevino?
and he's gonna give you like I'll give you one shot aside. I'm like, no bet. I got no chance.
Oh, shot a hole. I wouldn't.
No, well, that's what I mean. I got no chance. I mean, like even how old is he now?
100.
Yeah, 100,
104.
104,
There you go.
yeah.
Hanging out with 60-year-olds.
Hanging out with
He will be your buddy in the hot tub for sure.
That guy was dangerous. I've heard some stories about him when we played. I don't remember the golf course. Where did he grow up? There's a great story that somebody told me like a couple of months ago. The last
Didn't-
three. Oh, it's
Did he play at Tennyson?
No, yes, that's exactly where it was.
Tennyson,
Tennyson
yeah.
Park.
where he grew up, at
Brian
Tennyson Park.
Coe is telling me the story. He was like, I mean, just like against the wall down with 3 holes to play, and they have like no money on them or not enough, which we've kind of all been there.
Yeah.
And they like press and double press, and they ended up like swinging the entire thing, but it was very hefty,
Yeah.
very expensive. So don't bet against Lee Trevino.
Yeah. No, I
love
figured
me
that
some
out a
Lee Trevino.
long time ago. There's a few guys you just don't bet against, and he's
So, Johnny, we got your picks on the screen right now for those watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff for the Nelson this weekend. Who's your to win?
so I had like always. So my number one pick this week is Scotty Scheffler at 20-1, and it's not definitively because he's a Dallas guy. He fits that golf course great. He hits the ball high. He's putting well. It's a hometown deal. And here's what people don't realize, and the people who play a lot of golf and has traveled a lot. When the weather's shitty, there's nothing better than sleeping in your own bed as opposed to a hotel. Seriously. I mean, the weather's going to be a little rough this week, so that's who I'm looking at this week. And he's due to win. Listen, at some point, this guy's going to win, and I don't want to be the guy that doesn't pick him when he wins. Right. Yeah. He's going to be a bit like Brandon Steele this week that, this year he's going to win at some point. I just don't want to be. I don't know if you guys ever heard
Brandon
of him.
Steele.
No.
He got it.
Okay.
Brandon Steele.
Yep. Number two this week is Mark Leishman at 33-1. He's another guy that hits the ball high in wet conditions.
Big high cuts all day. And soft chocolate.
He's a guy that's kind of oblivious, to weather conditions and things like that. He likes this area a lot. And he's always has a tendency to play well in this area. He's always played well at Colonial. Golf courses kind of irrelevant. The new golf courses doesn't really make much difference to him. And third pick at Ryan Palmer at 40-1. He's due to win. He's played this golf course a ton. He has a course record of this place. And
there's a good note for the viewers.
He has a course record of this place, and he has played this place probably more than anyone in the field. And I think he's in good form. Like, he's a little bit rested. He's a bit of a mutter, right? A little bit of my concern with him, he's a lower ball flight hitter. So, you might not see him at the beginning of the week in terms of if it's playing soft. If he can get to 4 or 5 under each day, as opposed to guys shooting, 7, 8, 9. And then when it firms up a little bit, I think he's going to come a little bit from the middle back of the pack. And in my ham sandwich this week, Keith Mitchell.
What? Who?
Keith Mitchell.
Tim, do me a favor. Look up to see if Keith Mitchell has his PGA Tour card.
Randy Mitchell. Is it Randy
Watson?
Watson.
Keith Mitchell? I'm telling you what, am I completely – do you know who Keith Mitchell is?
No.
I have no idea who Keith Mitchell is.
He was the 54-hole leader last week. Like, how do you not know who he is? 50? Are you a golfer? Are you a golfer?
Yeah. That's what I'm questioning.
Are you a golfer?
I don't know who that is.
He was the 54-hole leader last week at Wells Fargo.
I had that in my notes.
Oh, man.
Do you work here?
Yeah.
Do you work here?
Well, I don't know if I call it work.
The leaderboard was tight and crowded the entire weekend with Keith Mitchell holding the 54-hole lead, but faded after posting 1 over 72 in his final round.
Is he a younger guy?
No, he's won twice.
Oh my gosh. No way. Really? I have no idea who that is.
Okay, top 10. Let's move on.
I guess that's a better ham sandwich pick than
This is a golf show, not a hockey show. This is Doc Regnan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, boy. Doc. Yeah.
This is a golf show, not a hockey show. You know that.
Man.
Top 10. I got Leishman at plus 300. If he doesn't win, I think he's going to be there just obviously for the same some of the things I said. I got Zalatoris to finish in the top 10 at plus 215. I don't think he's going to win this week. I think he's just kind of another week that he might play well. He's a little comfortable. He needs a little bit of rest. Top 20 this week. Charles Schwartzel at plus 275.
Wow,
he's such a great ball striker. Oh. I don't think he's going to be out of play. I think he's going to hit it down. And a top 20 that's going to hit this week. Trust me when I tell you this.
Does Ken Ventura still play golf?
Christoph Ventura at plus 1,200 is going to finish in the top 20.
Ken Ventura.
I don't like the Charles Schwartzel.
Don't know who Ken Ventura is?
Well, it's Charles.
I said that.
You said Charles.
Charles.
It's not 2004 though. It's 2021.
He's played well. He played well at the team championship.
Yeah. Well,
when it was soft, when it was soft. Yeah,
but you got a partner. Ride somebody all day.
He did because his partner didn't play very well. Sometimes when there's only one pickle in the pickle jar, you just got to eat that pickle. There you have it. So, hey, that's who I got this week. We're gonna make some candy this week on these picks, and even though that Bus doesn't know who Keith Mitchell is.
Well, I got Randy Gregory to finish in the top 20. I think that's a good pick.
Dallas Cowboys defensive lineman Randy Gregory.
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting.
Boy.
That'll be a story.
If I had just made up a name and it just happens to be somebody that Tim knows, I'm not surprised. You can't get anything past.
Everyone knows Randy Gregory. Oh. Well, how about it's time for some of this on From the Rough?
4.
And now the Highlands Performance Golf Center in Carrollton, Texas presents Getting Out of the Rough on the From the Rough Golf Podcast.
4.
Don't you just love how much it bothers him?
I do. I'm gonna have to put it in more of our drops. So
You
it's
know,
time for-
I'm really a part of this show, right?
I love it.
I'm not
What do
a
you mean?
guest.
I know,
I'm not
of
a
course.
guest. I'm
he
like,
hates our theme song.
I love this.
He hates our 4.
I don't know. Yeah.
Does he like anything about the show other than his pick segment?
I'm used to saying it so much. I don't want to hear it. Like
No, you're not.
Yes.
No, come on.
Like, I'm real curious.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the camera, bud.
Why
It's
do
all
you
good.
do
Just
that?
We're
walk
making
on
him
through.
famous.
Don't worry about it.
We're
Now
making
you're
him
getting
famous.
in trouble, so you're going to get us in trouble.
We're making him famous. Well, his butt's famous now anyway.
And just to let you know, Mills is ready.
So I thought I would give you guys. You want to do Mills before we do my thing?
No, we just got to hurry up because
Because he's already questioned what I was doing. He's like, "What is this?
No, I like this.
Temporary wartime golf. What is that? Why are we doing that?"
No, I like this. I want to know. I want to know.
So this is an interesting little thing that I found from World War II. All right, and it's temporary wartime golf rules for England, for the Richmond Golf Club in Surrey, England, posted in 1940.
Okay.
All right, because these are things that we can't relate to today when we play golf.
No, I don't think we can.
You can hickory shafts, all that stuff.
No, we're
yeah,
talking
you
about
might.
rules.
You might.
Women's clubs.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, I might have won some tournaments in high school with clubs built in the 40s. I might have.
I know the guy can make a birdie on this golf course too. I'm betting he can. So we'll have to after they play. We're going to go out there.
We're going to go out there. We're going to play
Yep.
TPC.
No
Yep.
chance.
So number one, temporary wartime golf rules in England during World War II. Players are asked to collect bomb and shrapnel splinters off the fairway to save these from causing damage to the mowing machines.
Huh.
So if you see shrapnel and
That's
bomb
important.
casings,
Yeah.
you're required to pick them up.
Yeah.
Number two, in competitions, during gunfire or while bombs are falling, players may take cover without penalty or ceasing play.
Well, I hope so. Certainly hope so.
Sounds like Shamrock.
Yeah, it's true. That place
Hard hat.
pelleted with golf balls.
Number three, the positions of known delayed action bombs are marked on the golf course by red flags at a reasonably but not guaranteed safe distance.
Oh,
How you like that?
reasonably.
So if you see a red flag
Reasonably.
in the fairway, right, and your balls are like over there by the red flag,
Yeah.
are you just going to drop? Or are you going to risk it?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
but
just-
no, just drop.
Yeah.
Just drop.
Yeah.
It's just like snakes and fire ants, I think.
Number four, shrapnel and or bomb splinters in the fairways or in bunkers within a club's length of the ball may be moved without penalty, and no penalty shall be incurred if a ball is thereby caused to move accidentally.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
that,
moving bombs and shrapnel.
yeah, so I mean, so you go back to the Caddyshack movie, that ball goes in, that's totally fine. Yeah, explosions and stuff
Greatest
like that.
golf movie of all time, by the way.
Yes, followed by the worst golf movie of all time, Caddyshack 2.
Oh, God, I don't even
Yeah.
count that as a golf movie.
That's right.
Number five, a ball moved by enemy action may be replaced, or if lost or destroyed, a ball may be dropped not near the hole without penalty.
Now, the first
That's a
question,
good one.
The first question I have, though, is how do you define the enemy? Is that somebody you're playing
Is that
against?
your playing partner,
I mean,
or
Yeah.
There you go.
is it the Axis powers?
That might have been the
You're right.
smartest thing you said tonight.
Well,
Wes.
I got one. I got one.
One.
Let's
You
put,
got- yeah,
let's put
you
a star on there.
Yep. That's one.
Number six, a ball lying in a crater may be lifted and dropped not near the hole, preserving the line to the hole without penalty. I'm assuming they mean like a bomb crater,
Yeah, could
Yes.
be.
not a
Could be.
crater because somebody else hit there, otherwise known as a divot.
Could be.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Could
That's
be.
your divot. That's your divot, Tim.
Pellets.
Crater.
Dude, I took divots out of the hitting mats out
You
here
did.
earlier.
You did.
Good.
I apologize for that.
Just not good.
And it was with a 7-iron.
We'll just put that on the bill.
7-iron. Yeah, put it on my tab.
Yep.
Number seven, and finally, a player whose stroke is affected by the simultaneous explosion of a bomb may play another ball from the same place. Penalty, one stroke.
That's too objective.
It's like power line.
I think
right?
that's
It's
too
like-
objective. I mean,
like-
what if you say like, "What? I didn't hear it." Oh, I heard it. Fred Earl. I heard,
Well, it's
I
a
heard
bomb,
it.
though. I mean, it's a bomb, though.
I know,
I mean,
but I mean-
it didn't like say it's
There's
a
a
cricket.
Okay, bomb. It doesn't say grenade.
Wow, that yeah.
So okay, play through your grenades. Nothing about the grenades on there. Nothing about the foxholes. Nothing about the foxholes on
Where
there.
did you find this shit at? To be honest with you,
Golf Digest
Yeah,
posted
so I've
this.
seen
Oh,
that
they did?
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Golf
actually.
Digest posted this.
That's pretty neat.
that is pretty neat.
Did you
Yeah.
think I just made it up?
We kind of had our. We had
Look,
kind
see
of had
that
our
look right
own
there?
COVID.
That's a look I've been getting all day.
Oh,
Well,
When I hit that 7-iron, that's a look he gave me. He's like,
I'm not mad at you, Tim. I'm just disappointed.
yeah.
It's like everything that
You told
didn't
me
want
you
your
used to
father
play
say.
golf.
I'm not
I
mad
feel
at
like
you.
you lied to
We're
us.
just disappointed in your decision making.
All right. Well, Gerb,
where's Mills? Do we need to call him?
well, I have to call him.
Yeah. Where's Mills?
Where's Mills?
Finally,
right.
for the first time ever on air.
614.
We get to play. Don't give his number on the
We've
air.
been doing this segment for the last 2 months.
You
This is
think
the
he
first
cares?
Time.
Well, he will. When the
first time we
thousands of
actually get to
listeners
call
start
him.
texting him saying, "Are you the famous Mills?"
Well, yeah, he is. Well, it's going to be interesting because hey, he said it's going to be. He said he's ready.
Okay, does he know that we have 5 minutes, and does he also know that he has to watch his language around the?
He doesn't-
He doesn't
yeah.
curse anyways.
Oh, okay.
So show me the number.
I can't believe he was gonna read it on there.
I can't
Well,
either.
it's
I really hope it's him. What's the last four? 2414?
3474.
Whoa, what? Is that it?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right.
It looks good. All right, here we go.
Can we?
So
Here we go.
we're gonna get Mills
Boy.
for Where's Mills.
Where's Mills?
This Mills.
Where's Mills?
Hello, Mills.
Hey, Johnny Gerber, what are you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Mills?
I'm drunk and smoking heater like usual.
Well, we're about to play your theme song. You ready? You gonna give us a little get a little update where you're at? Here we go
Where's
with the
Mills?
theme song.
All right, let's go.
Where's Mills?
Where's Mills?
Where's Mills?
Tell me about your day, Mills.
Well, I got a question for you first, Johnny Gerber.
What's that?
Have you made a birdie since you left Columbus?
Oh,
I haven't played golf since I left Columbus, Mills.
No, you went to Florida.
Well, I did go to. We didn't remember. I got rained out. I played one day. Did you make a birdie since I left Columbus, Mills?
All right. Well, let me tell the folks what's going on here. So I invite Gerber to my Sunday pod game. I hit it like Jesus. We tie for first. Gerber shoots 73 and can't make one birdie, or we get all the candy.
I could hit it like Jesus. How many birdies you make, Mills?
Net? Seven.
net or nut?
Yeah, you did make 7 birdies. You did, man. So what are you trying to say, Mills? You carry me or what? What's up?
I'm just saying, I need one birdie out of you made shot 73, can't make one birdie,
Well,
and
maybe.
I'm still pissed.
What'd you do today, Mills? You play golf today, Mills?
I shot 84. I had 37 putts. Now I know how Bussell feels when he plays.
Oh man!
Wow!
Man, lots of putts. Lots of putts.
Oh my man, Mills, you just getting on everybody tonight.
Well, I'm just stating facts.
Well,
How many blue moons? How many under par are you on the blue moons tonight, Mills?
Well, I'll tell you, the wife's in Chicago for a few days,
Oh boy!
Oh,
so I got an early start. So I'm at about 13.
So no, that's over par for you. That ain't good. You need to get about 17.
no oranges.
Yeah, I'll get there before the night's over. Don't worry.
Keep that fruit away. Keep that fruit away from those.
Oh boy! All right, Mills. We're just checking on you like we're doing. We're gonna start doing every week to make sure you still smoking them heaters and drinking them blue moons. So
I'm good,
you
man.
keep making those double bogeys and bogeys, and we'll talk to you next week.
Love you guys.
Love you, Mills.
Stay
Bye, Mills.
hard.
See ya.
Bye.
Oh man!
and there he is.
There he is.
There's Mr. Mills.
Yeah, we
make
got
him
him.
up. He's the runner-up.
Our first ever live edition of Where's Mills.
Man.
So great.
The
That is so
great.
great.
The runner-up in the 11th flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so great.
It's so great.
Oh man, he's the best. He is the best. But
So we're gonna have some more Where's Mills on future episodes.
Yeah.
and it's gonna be gold.
yeah,
Radio gold.
Yeah, he's gold. But
All right. So hey, that's the show for this week.
there we go, guys. Yeah, great show. It's good to be back this week. So at least you guys are cussing me out in front of my face as opposed to just talking about me on the air. So
Behind
Well, we knew you were listening.
all right,
Yes.
well that's fine too. That is fine too.
It is
but-
what it is. So we are from the rough, live from the House Performance Golf Center in Carrollton, Texas.
I guess
We'll be
that's
back
it. Like you said
Very
last week.
next week. Hey, when we're done, we're done. I got another show in 30 minutes and I need a refill. So we'll be back next week. Appreciate everybody tuning in, listening on Facebook, YouTube, on the Twitter, and of course the downloaded podcast. You can hear us on all your favorite podcast app every week. Make sure you download. Leave us a great review so that other people can find our show as well. We love you. Keep hitting them straight. And until next week, I'm going to keep playing this over and over again.
I love it.
Johnny, look, Johnny's rolling
Enjoy
his
the
eyes.
golf from McKinney, Texas.
Yes. We'll see you at the Nelson. Maybe. Get it.